All right. So check. I hear a lot of people complain about Shakur Stevenson's performance against Artem, and a lot of people didn't like the performance. People talked about the fans walking out in his home state of Newark, New Jersey, and that he was boring, pillow-fisted. I heard all type of different things. Well, what I'm gonna say about Shakur Stevenson is that Shakur Stevenson is a beast. He's a really great fighter, technical fighter. You can't blame him for not having all the punching power that a Gervonta Davis has, or like the young guy, Abdullah Mason right now. He looks like he's gonna put everybody out. But what I'm saying is, you can't blame him for that. Regardless to what anybody says about these fighters that don't have a lot of power. Pernell Whitaker didn't have a lot of power. Paulie Malignaggi didn't have a lot of power. Floyd didn't have a lot of power. He just keeps you off of him. But there's a lot of fighters, they just not knockout artists. But this sport is hit and not be hit. So I know everybody wants the Gervonta Davis KO, all of these different type of things, the Mike Tyson knockouts. That's cool, but every fighter does not have that. The only thing that I can honestly say in this fight that I think that he should have done, you step on the gas a little more, round 6, 7 round, you just step on the gas a little more. He just outboxed him. It was a clinic. I mean, it was no rounds to give Artem at all. But still, I don't like to fault him for not having knockout power, and I understand that. I don't even know if you a hometown fan, to be honest with you, what was you expecting from Shakur? He's 21-0 with 10 knockouts. He's under 50% knockout ratio. So what was y'all actually looking for? That's what I guess that's my question, because he's not known to knock people out. He's not known to put people to sleep. Sometimes he get people out of there, but you're not going to his fight like you go to Gervonta fight. You ain't going to Shakur fight like, oh yeah, he gonna sleep him. That's not what's gonna happen. But this is another thing that I don't want people to get twisted either, that Tank is just going to walk through him if they fight. That's not true. I mean, I can't say it's not true, but I don't believe it to be true, because I actually believe that Shakur has the talent to keep, well, I'm not going to say keep Gervonta off of him, but if he can stay away from his punches and slip him and counter him like he always does, he got a chance of winning. I mean, Tank does lose rounds. Tank does go down in fights. He just has that equalizing power that could put you to sleep and knock you out. That is the only thing that sets him apart from every fighter at 135 and even 140. You understand what I'm saying? So this is where I disagree. He doesn't look good against some of these fighters. I mean, I think it's the styles of these fighters that make him look bad. I think he needs to be matched better to make him look a little more exciting or something, because it is true that I don't think it's going to be a lot of fighters that's going to be willing to fight him. Not because they're scared of him, but they're thinking that it's not a money draw. It's not a big money draw. People say like, what does Shakur bring to the table? But I feel like that's the same thing they did to Terrence Crawford. That's the problem. They talked all this stuff about Terrence Crawford don't bring nothing to the table. He don't sell no tickets. He don't sell no tickets in his own city of Omaha, Nebraska. He ain't fought nobody. He ain't got no belts. All of this stuff because they wanted to keep him away from Errol Spence. And then he went in there with Errol Spence and lit Errol Spence up, and there was nothing Errol Spence could do about it. And then everybody started making excuses to why Errol Spence lost. You don't know what can happen in a fight like this. So yeah, he might not draw all the people to New York, New Jersey, and people walk out and all of that different type of stuff. That doesn't mean that he can't beat Tank Davis. It's a really good fight to me. Tank got to land, Shakur got to stay away, and he got to throw punches. Now, as long as Shakur don't fight like Charlo fought against Canelo, then we good. Because that fight was not a good fight to me. I mean, it's like Charlo didn't really throw anything. So we don't know what Charlo could have did against Canelo. And he moved up 2 weight classes, so that was already unfair. But that type of fight was boring too, because it's like he ain't even throwing punches because he's trying to stay away from Canelo power. I don't want to see Shakur not throw punches being scared of Tank power. But if he engages with him and try to stay out the way, it's a possibility he could stay away and win a fight. It's happened before. I seen Corey Spinks. Corey Spinks ain't had no power, but when he fought Ricardo Mayorga, which Ricardo Mayorga is not no Tank Davis. He got power, but he's not the IQ and all of that of Tank Davis. So please don't act like I'm matching them as the same. But that was a puncher against a pillow-fisted fighter. Corey couldn't knock nobody out. Corey Spinks couldn't knock anyone out. But when he fought Ricardo Mayorga, who had just beat Vernon Forrest twice, he outboxed him. He went 12 rounds and he won the fight. It can happen. Pernell Whitaker against Julio Cesar Chavez. Chavez was a knockout artist. Even though they did not give that fight to Pernell Whitaker won, and everybody eyes that watched that fight. And he went all 12 rounds, they just gave it to Chavez, but it wasn't a blowout. Like if you look at it on paper, then you're going to think, oh, he going to knock him out because his power and blah, blah, blah. But no, if you can stay away from punches, Floyd fought a lot of punchers too. He ain't knocking everybody out like that, especially once he hit 147. I don't even think he got many knockouts after he went to 147. He still was effective at beating everybody, whether they was punchers or not punchers. So don't count Shakur Stevenson out just because he didn't have the best performance. His last two performances has not been exciting. Don't count him out. All right, that's all I'm saying. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about Shakur Stevenson fight and what you think about him as a fighter. What you think about him and Gervonta Davis fighting whenever they meet. All right, it's your boy King G with Really Though Podcast. Peace.